Welcome back to yet another Psych Speak episodes in which we attempt to make psychology less intimidating, integrating its concept to everyday life.
Hello, fantastic listeners! It's your podcast host Vanessa, aka Azzy, your pretty lady, and your Ira, your brain dead girl, your dynamic podcasting duo.
I'm your host, Ira, and I am thrilled to dive into today's engaging conversation. We've got a fascinating guest lined up and some thought-provoking topics to explore. So, grab your favorite beverages, settle in, and let's embark on this journey of knowledge together.
Picture yourself as a child astronaut sent on a solar system exploration and travel mission. Which planets would you most like to visit and walk on? What intriguing activities pique your curiosity, and what fresh discoveries might you make along the way?
Naturally, a child's imagination is so limitless that answering questions like this and going back to your childhood years would make you jump with delight. You used to be so excited to tell people about your colorful imaginations when you were a kid.
Imagine landing on Jupiter, bouncing and playing on its vibrant bands, or even discovering aliens that you would gladly make friends with while exploring the solar system, which leads us to child analysis.
Welcome yet again to another Psych Speaks episode where we delve into the remarkable legacy of Anna Freud. In this brief narrative, we unravel the story of a visionary who pioneered the science of child psychoanalysis, leaving an indelible mark on our comprehension of child psychology through her profound contributions.
As my partner said, Anna Freud is a trailblazer in the realm of child psychoanalysis. So, join us as we uncover the fascinating story behind the woman who pioneered the understanding of young minds and made lasting contributions to the field of psychology.
We are so thrilled to have two esteemed guests with us today. Dr. Jewel Ann Gaad, a renowned psychoanalyst who graduated in Harvard University, and Professor Dina Rochelle Chacon, a leading expert in the history of psychology who is currently the Associate Dean of the Department of Arts and Science in the University of the Fatima. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Hi po! It's an honor na makasama kayo sa podcast namin, Doc Gaad and Professor Chacon.
No worries. You both have given more opportunities as well in the psychology world. So it's our pleasure to be here talaga.
Thank you po. Let us now tackle who Anna Freud is. But before that, let me introduce you to her father, Sigmund Freud, known to establish psychoanalysis as a method of engaging with patients and gaining insights into how their minds work.
You know, Freud is often hailed as the father of modern psychology, but his ideas have faced quite a bit of criticism.
Yeah, some argue that his theories are too focused on sexuality and unconscious desires, which neglects other important aspects of human behavior.
Absolutely. Critics also question the scientific basis of his work, considering it more speculative than empirical.
And let's not forget the controversy surrounding his psychosexual stages. You know that critics argue they lack empirical support and are too rigid in their application.
True. Freud's emphasis on the unconscious mind has also been criticized for being overly deterministic and not considering individual differences.
Some even claim that Freud's approach can be too pessimistic, emphasizing the role of unresolved conflicts and repression in shaping personality.
But despite these criticisms, there are no denying Freud's profound impact on psychology. His ideas sparked numerous debates and have paved the way for the development of new theories and perspectives.
Well, even after Freud's work was repeatedly criticized, refuted, and qualified, its influence persisted long after his passing and in domains unrelated to psychology in its strictest sense.
So, to kick things off, let's explore the early influences on Anna Freud's career. Dr. Gaad, could you shed some light on how Sigmund Freud's work influenced his daughter's path in the field of psychoanalysis?
Certainly, Anna Freud's journey was deeply intertwined with her father's groundbreaking theories. Growing up in a Freud household, she absorbed the essence of psychoanalysis from an early age. Sigmund Freud's work, particularly on the interpretation of dreams and the unconscious mind, laid the foundations for Anna's later contributions in child psychoanalysis.
Fascinating. Professor Chacon, can you elaborate on the unique aspect of Anna Freud's work that set her apart from her father?
Absolutely. So, while Sigmund Freud focused primarily on adult psychoanalysis, Anna dedicated her career to understanding the complexities of child development. She established the Hampstead Child Therapy Course and Clinic, becoming a pioneer in applying psychoanalytic principles to the treatment of children. Anna also expanded on her father's theories, emphasizing the importance of early experiences and the impact of trauma on childhood development.
It's clear that Anna Freud carved her own path in the field. Dr. Gaad, how would you describe the collaboration and sometimes divergence of ideas between father and daughter?
The relationship between Sigmund and Anna Freud was intricate. While she admired and respected her father's work, Anna wasn't afraid to challenge certain aspects. Their exchanges often sparked new perspectives, contributing to the evolution of psychoanalytic thought. It was a symbiotic relationship that enriched both of their contributions to the field.
Professor Chacon, what do you think is the enduring legacy of Sigmund Freud and Anna Freud in the world of psychoanalysis?
Sigmund Freud laid the theoretical groundwork that revolutionized our understanding of the human mind, while Anna Freud, in turn, she expanded and applied these insights to the realm of childhood. Together, their legacies form a cornerstone of psychoanalytic thought, influencing generations of practitioners and researchers.
Oh, it really is fascinating how his work impacted the psychology field despite the odds and how this resulted in Anna Freud also following the same path in pursuing psychoanalysis and helping generations through her theories and methods.
So, it took 4 years for Anna to seek her father's profession as her own and child analysis as her specialty?
Yes, but in the discipline of psychology, Anna Freud did more than just follow her father's complex shadow. Sigmund Freud asserted that children could not be psychoanalyzed, but Anna, instead of practicing just as a psychoanalyst, decided to treat young children pedagogically under the psychoanalytic guidelines.
Oh, I read some of her studies a few weeks back. According to Anna, several psychoanalysts had experimented with child analysis prior to her.
I think I've read about this too. Are you pertaining to Hag Helmut?
Oh yes, one of the first practicing child psychoanalysts was Hermann von Hag Helmut. Also as an Austrian psychoanalyst, she published an article on play therapy in 1913. She regarded as the first psychoanalyst practicing with children and with the first to conceptualize the technique of psychoanalyzing children. Anna Freud must have been influenced in using the pedagogical approach through her.
I agree. Hug Helmut's philosophy toward children is divided between a pedagogical approach and a more genuinely psychoanalytic aspect, which are evident in Anna's work. Hug Helmut's philosophy and practice profoundly affected succeeding approaches, particularly those of what we've discussed, which are Anna Freud and even Melanie Klein, although this influence is mostly ignored.
In the discipline of psychology, Anna Freud did more than just follow her father's complex shadow. Instead, she rose to become one of the world's leading psychoanalysts. Despite her father's many assertions that children could not be psychoanalyzed, she is widely regarded as the creator of child psychoanalysts.
She is widely regarded as the creator of child psychoanalysis, and there is no doubt in that. Well, another aspect of Anna's life was that she never married or had children. She was her father's constant companion, his colleague, and his nurse during the final years of his life.
Along with that, they moved to England after the Nazis invaded Austria. So, Anna lived in the London house she shared with her father until her own death more than 4 decades later.
I heard their home was then transformed into the Freud Museum.
You know, Until I got the opportunity to study up on Anna Freud's life, I had no idea how much she had given to the field of child psychology.
Right? I thought it was fascinating that despite her difficulties, Anna Freud had a big influence. As you may know, it was quite difficult for women to live throughout the early 90s.
It must have been extremely difficult. If I were Anna Freud, I would have given it everything I had to shatter those gender stereotypes in the past.
Apart from her dedication, which impressed me, what particularly drew your attention to Anna Freud's partner?
Oh, this one. Did you know that between 1941 and 1945, Anna established the Hampstead Child Therapy Clinic as a for hundreds of children who had been left homeless due to the bombing?
No way! Really? That was so pretty remarkable of Anna Freud.
I agree with you, partner. Furthermore, she founded the Hampstead Child Therapy Clinic, which opened at 12 Marsfield Gardens in the year of 1957.
I happen to remember that one. The clinic has been designated as a charity, right? I find it impressive that the clinic trains the next generation of child psychotherapists to work in the recently formed NHS and conducts research and practice in child analysis.
You know what's more amazing? That Anna Freud opens a nursery providing preschool education based on knowledge of child development.
I'm really learning a lot by just simply being here, and additionally, I happen to know that the name of Hampstead's child therapy has changed as of late.
I am with you, partner. They changed the name of it.
It is the Anna Freud Center now.
It was named after Anna Freud herself, impressive and so deserving. And you know, I've also read that it has been 70 years since the Anna Freud Center, formerly known as the Hampstead Child Therapy Clinic, was awarded and received charitable status.
It's something, isn't it? Her commitment to providing a secure and nurturing environment for children, whether in Vienna or London, is a true testament of her love for the field.
Absolutely, she carried on teaching and writing after completing her groundbreaking study, making a substantial contribution to the field of psychology. It is quite evident that Anna Freud was a committed and significant individual in her own right, not only the daughter of Sigmund Freud.
I couldn't agree more with you. Generations of psychologists and therapists are still motivated by her commitment. Thinking about her influence on the field is outstanding. It makes me value the progress we've achieved in comprehending and assisting with the mental health of youngsters.
Her comprehensive approach is what really sticks out to me, not simply the techniques that was fairly innovative for her time, involving parents in the therapeutic process and acknowledging the importance of the family dynamic.
Indeed, she recognized the close relationship between a child's surroundings and family and their overall health. It goes beyond simply providing the youngster with care alone.
Going back to the topic with our special guest, it was Anna Freud who first systematized and refined child psychoanalysis into a distinct form of therapy.
Yes, and that's because child analysis, according to Anna Freud, should adhere to the necessary theories while maintaining a certain type of therapy. She suggested that a child shouldn't be studied until they reach the age of 6, which is the latency phase of a child.
And before that, she thought that it is best to focus on the environment of the child so as to support their psychosexual and emotional development. And it prevents neurosis from taking root.
Oh yes, I believe. In one case, she helped a boy to write down his stories. In another, she knitted clothes for a girl's dolls.
Well, Anna Freud recognized that children often struggle to keep still and focus on one thing, and that young children could only be expected to engage in free association to a very limited extent. Because of that, she instead allowed her child patients to move completely freely in the treatment room. If a child romped around on the carpet, she would do the same.
She also made drawing materials that are readily available and encouraged the children, to make use of them.
What was the importance of it?
These drawings are regarded as an important means of expression, every bit as significant as the spoken word.
Our next topic would be Anna Freud's main scientific contribution, and that was developing in the field of child psychoanalysis. It is a subfield of psychoanalysis with modifications in place to match the needs of the children. She held that child psychoanalysis should be a distinct mode of therapy, especially since children are less likely to voluntarily seek analysis. To this end, Anna emphasized the importance of establishing a strong therapeutic alliance, earning the attention and trust of the child before conducting any therapy.
And now, we are going to talk about play therapy and what it is all about.
The use of play therapy was first developed by the pioneers of child psychotherapy.
Anna Freud, Margaret Lowenfeld, and Melanie Klein put forward the theoretical premise for the use of play.
In play therapy, rather than having to explain what is troubling them, as usually expected to do in adult therapy, children use play to communicate at their own level and at their own pace, without feeling interrogated nor threatened.
Is play therapy helpful?
Yes. Play therapy helps children in variety of ways. Children receive emotional support and can learn to understand more about their own feelings and thoughts. Sometimes they may reenact or play out the traumatic or the difficult life experiences in order to make sense of their past and cope better with their future. Because of this, the children may also learn to manage relationships and conflicts in more appropriate ways.
In addition, the outcomes of play therapy may be general. For example, a reduction in anxiety and raised self-esteem, or more specific, such as change in behavior and improved relations with family and friends.
However, what exactly is play therapy?
Play therapy is a model of therapeutic intervention used with children that helps them develop their communication skills in a therapy situation so that they can express their needs, wants, wishes, and feelings in a way that's developmentally appropriate for them. Play therapy works because it's a natural thing for a child to pick up toys.
Right, with the fact that toys are their words, playing is their language, and it helps them to process emotions and feelings.
Did you know that the playroom is the child's world during a counseling experience? It is a safe space for children where they have the freedom to express their emotional lives and to be understood by a therapist who recognizes the healing power of play toys.
Also, the selection of toys is facilitated. For example, dolls and dolls' houses, castles, sword, pirate ships, animal figures, puppets, and art supplies. You know, someone said, I think that was Plato, that it is essential nature of man to play. That is why it is undoubtedly a key element and most, if not all, of our favorite childhood memories. The language of children lags behind their cognitive development, and play is in their language. It is how they communicate, and with the adults, we use words.
Can you give the benefits of play therapy?
Sure, so there's a variety of benefits to play therapy. It regulates emotions and stress. It also promotes a creative way of problem solving, which helps to elevate the spirit and self-esteem of a child.
Not only that, but play therapy encourages open and vocal communication, helps in building trust, mastery, and fosters learning and acceptable behaviors.
Now, we will go to the next topic of our talk with the question, how does play therapy work?
In play therapy, the play therapist helps the child so that he can assume roles, establish norms, and consider other options. Play therapy and other targeted therapies help to make sense of child's troublesome behaviors and remove obstacles to this healthy intellectual and mental development.
We wanted to let everyone know that play therapy involves more than just letting kids play with their toys until they get bored. It is a therapy strategy that is based on evidence.
Play therapy, according to research, can be helpful in addressing a variety of childhood problems. This includes abuse, violent or out-of-control behaviors, anxiety, autism, bedwetting, when you're toilet training, divorce or separation of parents, grieving, challenges in reading, difficulties in speech, and also phobias.
However, it can be very challenging for children to express their thoughts and feelings to the adults because of the fundamental communication differences between the children and the adults. Additionally, it is possible that adults miss the child's clues, such as those speech and body languages.
Sad to say that many foster kids who were exposed to trauma as young toddlers have a lot of hurt and rage inside that they can't release in healthy ways.
While some children may be tense, emotionally numb and closed off, others may act aggressively at times, have temper tantrums, and say things they don't intend to say or others hear.
Because of this, in play therapy, the therapist immerses themselves with the kid in their imaginative, creative, and fun environment to better understand their problems and work toward the healing of trauma. So children utilize play to express themselves, act their emotions out, settle the disputes, and learn more about interpersonal relationships.
A play therapist will watch the child's play and how they play, since toys may be deeper symbols for the youngster. They will also employ therapeutic activities to examine emotions and process the past.
And if you happen to not know, play therapy has two types. So, play therapy activities for trauma can be directive or non-directive, which is also known as the free play.
To begin, we have free play. And what is free play in play therapy?
And let me be the first one to give you the answer to that. Free play is the other term for the non-directive type of play therapy. In a free play, a youngster assumes leadership. Here, the therapist carefully observes the child, engages with toys, crafts, books, games, and other items they select to play and have activities with.
And to add, they might pick up on a conversation between two action figures or disturbing scenes in their artwork. Since with this method, it allows the therapist more freedom to identify the child's underlying concerns.
What is happening in the directing play?
With directing play, the therapist will be working toward a specific objective here.
Yes, correct. They will select the directive play therapy exercises for trauma with the purpose of leading the child to explore a certain issue or probably respond to a delicate and intrusive question. The games and toys in directive play therapy are pre-selected and the youngster is gently supervised the entire time.
In all types of play therapy for trauma, the idea is that the child plays more, their protective barriers will soon come down, and they will be more willing to share what's on their minds. However, always remember that everything is done at the pace of the child. It really takes time to treat the trauma out of the children.
That is why it is crucial to first build trust and give reasons for a child to give their trust. We should make sure that they do not feel compelled to say anything that they are not ready and comfortable to do so.
Thank you, Doc Gaad and Professor Chacon, for providing valuable insights into the captivating relationship and contributions of Sigmund and Anna Freud.
And with that, Psych Speaks comes to a close after another enlightening episode in which we learn about the field of child psychoanalysis through the groundbreaking work of none other than the brilliant Anna Freud.
We would like to thank all of our wonderful listeners for joining us for this very special episode in which we talk about and explore the mind and development of young children as well as the life and career of Anna Freud, who successfully pioneered child psychoanalysis.
We would especially like to thank Professor Dina Chacon and Dr. Jewel Angaad, who are our special guests tonight. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to the both of you for sharing your expertise of Anna Freud's theory and impacts on the field of psychology to us and to our listeners.
Psych Speaks is proud to present this evening's episode thanks to our wonderful sponsors, Little Minds and Mental Matters, two forward-thinking collaborators committed to the growth and welfare of young minds. Don't forget to check out our wonderful sponsors at thelittleminds.com and mentalmattersallthetime.org.
And if you would like to suggest a topic for an upcoming episode or would like to sponsor an episode to us, please send us an email at psychspeaks@gmail.com. We'd gladly read them all and appreciate the sponsorship for our podcast channel.
Connect with us on our social media at When Psych Speaks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more resources, show notes, and daily updates. Remember to follow, like, and review. Also, don't forget to leave a like and follow us on our Spotify channel, Psych Speaks. We bring delightful episodes full of learning every Wednesday at 10 in the evening. So, stay tuned!
Once again, we appreciate your attendance tonight and your participation in the Psych Speaks community. We hope that you have learned many things tonight and got to enjoy the episode that is full of knowledge and amazing information. Until we speak again, this is Azzy, your host.
Always remember to feed young minds and watch them grow. I'm Ira, your host, and this is Psych Speaks. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye, everyone, and be safe always.